Hello, I'm Ollie Klink and we're down at the premiere of Heads of State, about to speak to the stars. Idris Elba's going to be here and John Cena's going to be here, but you can't see him. John Cena, congrats on the new movie, Heads of State.
Thank you very much.
You did some of the filming in Liverpool, didn't you? Is that
Yes.
right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Can we hear a bit of a Scouse accent from you?
Oh man, I would not be doing it any favors. I'm still working on my proper way of speaking English, which I butchered the language to begin with. So allow me to climb that hill first.
Okay, no worries. If I give you a phrase though, could you try it?
I'll tell you what, you can try.
I want some chicken and a can of Coke.
I want some chicken and a can of Coke.
There we go. As they'd say, that was boss.
Thank you.
John, just before you go, do you want to see a magic trick? A very quick one.
I have a feeling I'm walking into a trap, but I will indulge you.
If you could just hold my microphone quickly.
Yeah, no problem.
And there we go, it's a floating microphone. There we go.
The microphone is floating by itself. Well done, David Copperfield. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on this movie. You are such a boss in this. Like honestly, it's inspired me that I want to take up self-defense classes. What was it like being in the scene, being in the moment? Because I saw that you actually cut your eyebrow in the moment. So what was it like?
It wasn't actually in this movie. It was in Citadel. Everyone on this movie was like, "When did that happen?" I was like, "It happened in Citadel, but it did happen." You don't want to go in getting hurt. You don't obviously want to be injured, but it sometimes happens. We spend most of our time rehearsing choreography just so that nobody else gets hurt. So in this movie, it didn't really happen much. John got clipped once, actually. Don't tell him I told you.
Got to ask you about the tomato fight sequence.
Yeah.
I hear that they weren't actual real tomatoes.
It's a mix.
Okay.
It's a mix. So the trick is, and this works in a lot of entertainment, what you do is we couldn't put the real tomatoes and cover it up with all the paste because Saspel Square, that's where we were in the south of France, an hour away from Nice. The acidity tomatoes would have screwed up the floor. You don't want to mess with a square that's been there for 800 or 600 years. You know, we're respectful like that. So we start off with real tomatoes. The tomatoes are hitting, they're real. Everything in the back is flying. It's all either plastic, and you can't tell the difference. And there's a lot of CG, which I was like, they'll never be able to do a good job. And this wonderful French company were like, no, we do a good job. And they did a great job. So I think if we never said it, I don't think anybody would notice. So I don't know what we're saying. Why are we telling people? Spoiling the movie. But yeah. Well, in that case, great idea, Pri. Great idea. I love that. I would have done the same.
You've got an incredible cast in this. Idris Elba, John Cena, Priyanka Chopra. How do you sit down to be so selective? And you've started in the high end.
Well, the way I see it is they got an incredible director, so it tracks. No, sorry. I'm fooling myself now because, yeah. No, it was originally started, I knew that John and Idris, the whole movie, the concept was birthed for them. And then I came aboard, we changed it to an action comedy from an action thriller. I was like, I'm not just doing it straight up, two tough guys. I was like, there's other people that can do that and I'll enjoy it, but I like heroes who stumble. I like heroes who at first are horrible and then they make their way to become good. That little hero's journey in an action world I think is very important. I love the John McClanes of the world, the guys who get cut up and they're like, oh, go do this a little bit. That's what I like. So we're leaning into this. The fact that these guys were absolutely excited to play vulnerable, to not be great, to take punches. That was, it's rare you have stars of this magnitude who are there to serve the movie. In fact, I'll tell you a quick story. This is, I hope John doesn't mind. It's a compliment, if anything. He's far. If he hears, I'll run. I'm faster than him. But one of the early days, we get there and we got to put the makeup for the post-fight, little scratches and the bruises. And I go over and, I'm not going to I wouldn't poke anybody in the face, let alone like my star. And I'm like, Lisa Tomlin, our makeup artist. I'm like, Lisa, so I think a little bit right here and a little bit like the Hollywood little angular thing, the Tom Cruise thing. And John is like, I am an object. I'm like, what? And he's like, I am an object. I'm like, you're going to have to explain that slightly, just elaborate. He's like, Ilya, poke me on my face where you need the blood to go. I am here to serve the movie. Come on. That was like day 2 or something, and I was like, and that's how it's been. Yeah.
And having worked with Idris Elba and John Cena on this film for so long, who do you actually think out of the two would make a better head of state?
I don't think any of them should be head of state, and I think they'll say the same thing. I think what you need, this world needs leaders who understand the way politics truly work. They care about their people. They understand the gravity of the job in terms of you got to take care of millions of folks that are constituents. You got to be able to be friends with people who you don't like, which is frankly what the movie is about. It's about two people coming together who really don't want to. But when terrorist attacks happen, you kind of like, you start bonding, and you start figuring stuff out. So So yeah, I don't think any of them should or would want to be them.